Hey guys, welcome back to another video. In today's video, we're going to be planning for the week of June 13th to June 19th in my Sadie Stickers A5 wide planner. We're going to be using this kit from Rose Shadow Collection. This is the older format of this kit. I know she has come out and reformatted this kit. So I believe I bought mine 2019 or 2020. I can't really remember. Maybe in 2021. I'm not even sure. But this is the kit. It did come in this cute little pocket sleeve. I think that's just so cute. I'm going to, like I said before in my kit lineup video, that I'm going to definitely be using it. So this is how her kit came. So it came with the 4 boxes here. I love that the address is 1865. That is so cute. And these are the other 4 boxes. Here you have your boxes page. You have an extra box, some layering pieces, as well as the days of the week. And he has some headers, habit trackers, and flags. Here are 2 of the dolls that I picked. These come from Goldmine Coco that was in her Juneteenth release. I don't remember if it's from current year, which is 2022 or 2021, but I do have these 2. There's always a car riding by. It's super loud when I'm recording. But the reason why I grabbed 2 different ones was I really liked her. But I was just wondering, like, really? I was just wondering, would it be weird to have a light-skinned doll, considering all of the people are like complexion-wise darker than her? Or should I do her? I don't know. So that's my dilemma. But once I start putting stuff down, I'm gonna go ahead and figure it out from there. I grabbed washi to use. I definitely forgot it. So I have the white drip washi. I'll probably insert a picture here so you guys can see it before I start planning, because I don't think I'm going to actually film me laying down the base of this one. So I got that one, and then I have another washi. I believe it's just black, and I'll probably use that. So I'll include a clip of those so you guys can see. But I pulled a couple other things. I actually pulled some Goldmine Coco sticker books. One of my floral sticker books from Live Love Posh that has like black and white flowers in it. And along with some other things, some other pieces that I'm going to add into there. So if you are interested in seeing rudeness. So if you're interested in seeing how this is going to turn out, stay tuned. Alright, so here is the base. I ended up not doing what I was talking about in the beginning of the video. I used some washi from, the black one is from AliExpress. The gold, I believe, is from Michael's. And then those florals are some clear florals from Live Love Posh. On the sidebar, I used the lighter dowel just because of her shirt. I felt like it just went better with the whole vibe. That little mirror is from Letters to Apollo. The script is from Paper Trail Plans. The doily behind the half circle is from JK Creates. And then everything else over there is from Sadie's Stickers. And then in that little flip box that I did on the upper right corner, I'm going to put a quote or something in there in regards to Juneteenth. I'm just not sure what exactly I'm going to put in there yet. So on to Monday. I mean, this is kind of late, but if you guys don't know, this was also Shantae from Shantae's Plans birthday. So make sure y'all go give her some love and tell her I sent you. But I worked from home that day, so I marked it using a work from home script that I got from Paper Trail Plans. In my previous Plan With Me, I had said that those were a custom. They were not, actually. They were from a freebie that I got, and I just so happened to have 3 of those same freebies, so I was able to use all of those scripts, so it just worked out perfectly. And then I used the hexagon from the kit with the little desk scene from what is this called? The Pretty Pink Co. And I did the same thing for Tuesday as well. So backtrack a little bit. It was like either Thursday or Friday. I think it may have been Friday. I was working at home. Babe was all right, babe, I'm going to go to work. I said, all right, So he went out, came right back. I said, what happened? What's wrong? And he had this look. I've seen it a few times when he was been like extremely pissed off, and I'm just like, what happened? What's wrong? He passes me the piece of paper, which has to be a receipt. I'm like, why a receipt? He's like, this was on my car. I'm like, why you got a receipt on your car? I look at the back. There's a note from somebody who witnessed this truck that went by his car and scraped up the whole side. So he ended up having to call the insurance company or whatever. We got a rental, and we was going to go to the rental the next day, but we ended up not making it. So we ended up going on this day because they weren't open on Sunday. So long story short, went to Enterprise to go pick up the car, which was a mess because they only had this like super big, like not pickup truck, but it's like a super big SUV. It was like the Armada. It was like, yeah, you got anything smaller? Because that's not gonna work. So they said, well, we get anything else, will you guys be able to come back? It's like, yeah. And like I was working from home, so it didn't matter. So we came back here. He parked that car, took the one that I had, because I still had a rental car at this time too, and went to work. And then when he came back, at that point, they had called them and said that they got a different one. So we ended up going back so he can swap it out, which worked because it was it ended up being the Q5. So it happened to be along the lines of what I already drive. So it was a lot better, a whole lot better. After that, I did, finish up work, change my clothes, and then for the month of June, I'm not sure if probably didn't, since I didn't film any other June Plan with me's, but for the month of June, this is when our everybody that was worthy matron in our Eastern Star chapters, we were all coming out of the chair in the month of June. So we all like make it a point to go to each other's like meeting, to see each other come out and show support, stuff like that. So this was this would have been, I think, I don't know. I don't think it's my first one. I think I went to some the week before too. But this one on that Monday was so fast, like literally, because my counterpart, which is what we call each other, actually ended up staying in the chair. So it wasn't even a lot to do. It was so quick. I was just like, oh, well, that's nice. So yeah, that was Monday. Tuesday, I was supposed to actually go into the office, but yeah, that didn't happen. So I ended up working from home that day. And I was very unproductive. And it gets like that. I feel like some days when I'm at home, I can be really productive, really focused. Other days, I just can't like get it together. And this is one of those days. So I had found this freebie that I got from Pandabird Design some time ago, and I found it when I was like going through my like gold stuff. I said, oh, let me use this. So it was the laptop girl, and I used that and layered it over one of the flags. I'm probably going to reposition it and then put unproductive underneath her, because at first I put it like for it to be on the side. So I probably rearranged the work from home part at the top too, just so it can like spacing wise it looks better. And then if you guys probably saw, I kind of like rearranged what I did on Tuesday as well to kind of make it fit better. So I chatted with Shanice from Planners and Tacos. I think we were probably talking about P Valley, because child, stuff be happening. You should be like, what the? And I think she posted on her stories like, did anybody see this? Because I need to talk about it. So I told her, so I'm gonna watch it and then we can talk. So I think that's what we were chatting about. And then just like for the rest of the day, I did get productive the second half of the day, which I guess sometimes happens for me as well. I'm not really sure. And then I had to talk to my director, but I didn't put that in there. So then after work, I did have my therapy appointment, and where that coffee like cup and saucer with the third box is, that is what I use to mark it. But that actually did happen before where the books are. It's just that for timing, well, for the flow of things, I just put it that way. So yeah. So I had my therapy appointment, and then I had another meeting that night. It was in a different county. It wasn't that far. It was only like 20 minutes from my house, so I didn't mind going. But this counterpart of mine, she was very, very like engaging, and she always like supported people. So I wanted to make sure she felt the support back on her day. So yeah, did that, and then came back home that night. I was mad because they had ordered like food and stuff like that. I mean, it was just pizza, but they had ordered food. But I was just like, I gotta go home, I'm tired. I gotta go to work tomorrow. And since I was going in the office, I needed to, I needed to get home and get some sleep. So for Wednesday, I'm just gonna say it again. I love the box on Wednesday. It's just so cute. It's so cute. Okay, so Wednesday I did work in the office. Underneath it there, I used a bit from Michelle Studios, and then the like flower is from JK Creates. And I happened to like look at my like Instagram stories and like looked at like the flashback rewind thing, and it showed me like I posted, it was like a year prior to that, it was my wedding shower, or my bridal shower rather, and I was like, oh my gosh, I just marked that using that because I was happy about that. And then I actually made my first TikTok. So I did create a TikTok called Just Joia. And something happened. I don't know what happened. It was talking about, I think it was like fraud or something. I don't even remember. But I had created again. So I ended up creating it to match what my YouTube says, my Instagram, which is just.joia too. So I created another one. And like I've been talking with my sister, and she's like, well, are you going to post anything? And I'm like, So what I just did was just kind of like an introductory type video. So I finally posted that day. And then later on that day, it was 2 other meetings that night, but I ended up not going because my head was just, it wasn't in the best of places, and it was hurting on top of that. So yeah. On to Thursday I did work in the office again. I guess it was pretty much like a chill day or whatever. So Thursday was getting ready to head. I was getting picked up by like my mom and my sister and best friend, because we were going to DC for like, it was like in a sense 24 hours, 36 hours maybe. So my sister came home because our cousin was getting married on Saturday. So when she came home, she said, well, I want to go to DC. I want to go to like the African American Museum and stuff like that. So on that Thursday, we all ended up driving down to my mom's friend house, who lives in Delaware, and then went to DC from there, because it cut the time if we would have just left from where I live. So when I came home, of course, I had to feed the man, so I like made his dinner or whatever. So he had dinner for that night and for Friday night. And then when I was here, since I had time, I ended up like cleaning the house up, tidying stuff, vacuuming and stuff like that or whatever. So when he got home, he was like, it looks so good. When I walked in the house, I said, I appreciate you appreciating my efforts. I appreciate that, sir, because sometimes you don't be saying stuff. So then after that, by the time I was all done, they were here. They came pick me up. We drove to Delaware. We had gotten some food. Well, my sister had met up with her best friend when she came and had gotten some food for us. So when we got to my mom's friend house, we just kind of ate the food or whatever. And then my sister laid my wig for the day. Well, for the next day. And that was a mess because my mom braided my hair down underneath, and I felt like a kid all over again. I was like, yo, because it's been a long time she like did anything to my head. So it was just so funny. I was just like, oh gosh. So on Saturday, the plan was to get up. For Friday, the plan was to get up early, go to Starbucks, then hit the road. Well, we didn't do that. We kind of took our sweet ass time. Then hit the road. By the time we got there, we got to the museum, but it was so much like things being blocked off, so it took a long time to just try to get around. And then it was like, okay, well, where are we going to park? Nobody really planned that part out. So I googled to see where was something close. So we ended up parking. I can't remember what the president's name was that it's the parking lot is named after, but it was like right up the street from the museum. So we ended up going in there, park. We went there to the museum, walked around. It was nice. This is like my second time going. So Some of the stuff was kind of like familiar, but some of the stuff I hadn't seen, because when you go, you have to go like multiple days. Like there's a lot to take in, especially if you want to like look at everything, you want to read everything, understand it. And then sometimes they do like little guides, like it's a guide that kind of helps you go through the history. So we did that. Afterwards, we ended up going, what the heck is the name of that place? It was like a seafood place. We ended up going to, but we didn't really get a lot because we were going to dinner that night. But we just needed something to take the edge off. And then for dinner that night, we went to this restaurant called Laos. Laos was such a vibe. It was like all cute and quaint and cozy. It was cool. I appreciated it. And yeah, it was fun. I may put some pictures at the end of this video now that I'm thinking about it. But yeah, so went to Laos, and then we ended up going back. At first, my sister was talking about like going out, but then by the time we got back to the room, we all was like, man. So we just went back to the room. And then Saturday morning, we went to brunch at this restaurant called Dirty Habit, which is also such a vibe. But everything is a la carte, y'all. So be prepared if you go to these places. I mean, especially Dirty Habit, everything is like a la carte. Okay. So then after that, we were headed home. They dropped me off. Came home, I got dressed, and then me and Babe, we headed up to my cousin's wedding, which was probably like 20 minutes from the house or whatever. And it was such a beautiful wedding. Of course, I cried, like seeing her come down the aisle. I'm just like, oh my gosh. Because her and I got engaged like right after each other, like one after another. So we kind of like, this was like the finale of us, you know, being engaged. Oh, look, I'm almost done. And then that day, I was like the photographer today. Like it was like a family reunion because I hadn't seen everybody in a long time. So we was just flicking it up, everybody taking pictures, we having fun. Like we had a good ass time. That Sunday was Father's Day as well as Juneteenth. I'm not too happy how I marked it, but it is what it is. That was also our Graham's birthday, so I just marked that again using the bit and a flower. Did some cleaning up for the day. And then we ended up meeting up with his brother and girlfriend for dinner and just had like great conversation until like 2:30 in the morning. Yeah, so that's the end of this plan with me. Thank you guys so much for watching, because look, we at the end, baby. But again, yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you give me a like, comment, and subscribe. Bye.